Hi Virgo, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing and for sharing. This is going to be a love reading for a connection. It can be for any connection that you're interested in. And it's for Virgo, rising, sun, moon, north node, or any planets that you have currently transiting any of your Virgo placements. So, we've got our first card out, our second card out. So, Virgo, this is how you feel towards your connection. It's the Ace of Pentacles. This is your current energy, Virgo. Sorry. It's 4 in the morning. I've been doing a few readings. I'm a little tired. Sorry. So, it's Ace of Pentacles. This is how you feel towards your connection. The world is how you feel towards your connection. I want to thank everyone for who's bought a coffee for me. I really genuinely appreciate it. And everyone who has emailed me for private readings. I am very grateful. I really enjoy doing them. And you know I'm always willing to work with all of you in terms of price. It's more important that you get the reading that you need. This is how you are coming toward your connection, Virgo. It's the Four of Cups. Remember, energy is fluid, so if you need to, my intention is for Virgo for you to be on the top, but you can always flip it and you can reverse the roles, and your energy you may feel is on the bottom and you may feel your connections is on the top. So your connections energy is the Queen of Cups. And as all of you who may be new to the channel, I read cards differently. I don't lay out a traditional style at all. I don't lay out a traditional, I guess, tarot deck. I just read the energy on the cards, and then I get pictures, visions. It's like sometimes it's like watching like a little movie reel. So my readings are usually longer than like traditional things because sometimes I can give a lot more detail that way. I'd rather give you, and I don't hold anything back. The last reading I just posted, which was a general collective reading, was not a good reading, but I don't hold anything back for anyone. What's the point if I'm doing this for all of you? So good or bad, I'll tell you what I see and hear and feel. So the connection, how they feel for you, is the Knight of Swords, and the action towards you is the Five of Swords. And those of you who've been with me for a while know that just because the card says something doesn't necessarily mean that's the energy that I'll get off the card or even what I will see from it. The current blockage between the two of you is the Ace of Wands. And we'll get 3 cards for guidance, and we'll get 3 cards for potential outcome. And at the end, I was pulling timing. Ooh, it's a little too much. 1, 2, 3. But I don't reveal the guidance. And I put, there will be timing stamps for all of you Virgos. And you know I love my Virgos because I have a lot of Virgo placements. I have 4 planets in conjunction in Virgo in my 12th house. And I also have my Lilith moon in my 12th house for Virgo. So, yeah, I have a lot of placements in Virgo. And they're all in 12th house. I think maybe that's why I have seen things since I've been about 3 or 4 years old. I think that's why I'm a little intuitive. But I love my Virgos. And yes, I'm very analytical. So I think we need one more card for our guidance. Oh, the guidance is beautiful, Virgo. I'm so excited. I mean, the outcome, potential outcome is beautiful. Actually, your guidance is really good too. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles, 4 wands, 3 wands, 3 cups. Oh, that's interesting. So I think it's interesting. It's 433. Or does 434 mean anything to anybody? Does that number, does it mean something? Does that mean anything to anybody? Sometimes I like to look this up because that really stood out in the last reading that I just did, which I strongly, if anybody is not sure if they should be in a connection or not, if they're like wondering if like somebody's kind of changed like their dark shadow side, I strongly recommend watching the most recent reading I just posted. But I wanted to look up 434 because that number seems like it has meaning. Yes. So it's a number, 434 is a number that means, it's a symbol of divine love and transformation. It's a reminder to embrace optimistic thinking and trust our intuition that a sign is on the way. It also means it's a time to take self-care, reassessment, and healing, and to trust in the benevolent forces at the work on the higher planes of the divine, of intention, of manifestation. Have faith in yourselves, your abilities to move forward with great resilience and grace. I knew 434 was going to be important. I wonder what 343 means. Because sometimes we can get things from numbers. It means it's a mixture of creativity, self-expression, and spiritual enlightenment. Embrace your creative side in Virgo. Express fearlessly and trust your spiritual journey. So I feel like some of you are on a spiritual journey right now and you're starting to awaken. I feel like, because Virgo, I believe a lot of you are naturally intuitive. And I think some of you are starting to wake up to that by what I was seeing here at the bottom of the deck. Because the first two cards out showed me with these, it's not so much with it being the Page of Pentacles, that was irrelevant to me. I was seeing the palm and the eye. So it made me start to think that people's third eyes were awakening up. And I could see actually the Virgo symbol on the pinky finger up here. So it started to make me think that some of you may be able to be palm readers. Some of you are starting to get visions. Some of you are starting to listen to your intuition, your gut, your instincts. And then the next card with the Three of Wands, you are able, you know, the Three of Wands is like looking to the future. It can also mean travel, but that wasn't what I was getting. I was getting, again, the palm, but I was getting, you're able to start to see things into the future. So I don't know if you're dreaming of things to come, if you're having premonitions, again, having visions, palm reading, if you're able to start doing tarot readings, if you're learning tarot, but that's what was starting to show to me. And then this card really stood out to me with the Three of Cups, that I felt some of you are very old souls. And this is like your final life, meaning you've mastered so many lessons. Your soul is old and you came down here for some experiences because you've been up there as like an ascended master for a while helping others. So you came down here to have a fun lesson or to help others experience some things. And it made me think of ancient Egypt. So I felt like you're very, very wise with your intuition and knowledge and understanding. And this made me think of like younger souls guiding older souls. So with the Four of Wands, which is also, you know, I wasn't thinking marriage card or home or anything like that. I was thinking you left home where all of our souls actually belong to come here to work with younger souls to guide them on their journeys in life, Virgo. So I feel like some of you, this will resonate with as being highly intuitive or tapping into your intuition now or starting to understand your intuition. And you do feel a connection to being able to help other people or guide them on their journeys spiritually, or yours now on your spiritual journey, and you're starting to feel awakened in your spiritual journey. That's what I was getting before we got into your connection reading. So I'll put the timestamps in for your connection reading. Excuse me with my itching. That always happens as I start to channel. And then those of you who are new to the channel, I'll itch a lot when I start to channel and hear things. And then if I get the chills, that usually means one of my guides, one of your guides, an angel, somebody's touching me, and I will be covered in the chills or goosebumps, which means what I'm seeing and hearing is completely accurate for certain people, because this is a general reading, so it's not going to be 100% for everybody. So take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, just ignore it, because it can't be right for everybody, right? But parts of this may resonate with you. And some of it may resonate for all, some of it may resonate for all of you. For the story may resonate for some of you. The whole story may resonate for some of you. Some of it may not resonate for any of you, Virgos. Okay, so let's get into your energy, Virgo, when it relates to your connection. So I feel like you are embodying the Ace of Pentacles. So you have clarity, enlightenment, I hear you know where you're going and what you want. And you have the World card. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the World card. And the world is represented by Saturn. It can mean a lot of things. It can mean abundance, success, travel. But what I'm getting is you've already been through all of your really difficult Saturn lessons with connections. A lot of you have. Because I'm hearing you have the world in the palm of your hands. And with that, it means in terms of understanding love and connections. So you've already understand what a lot of people don't understand in terms of boundaries, love, connecting, how to relate to people, because you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is understanding, ideas, clarity, confirmation. And I feel like this was gifted to you a while ago. Because like I already went through, I feel like some of you are older, wiser souls. You could be young. You could be 23 years old. But I feel like you're an old soul. You already lived many lives. And with the Four of Cups, I don't feel it you not wanting to like be in a connection or anything like that. I feel like it's you wanting to be in the right connection with the right energy and the right person is what I get. So I feel like, Virgo, you're actually very picky. You're being very particular. I'm hearing the word particular. Specifically, I'm hearing the word particular. So when I hear really specific words, I like to use them. So I'm hearing you're being very particular, Virgo. So with this, I feel like you have a lot of options actually for dating, but you're being very particular about who you want for your option. So this could be for somebody you've just met. This could be for somebody you've been dating. It could be for somebody you used to date. I mean, you might want to be interested in reconnecting with. This can be any kind of romantic connection. So take it as it resonates, Virgo. But I really want to focus on this. Sometimes I'll be drawn to one card first over the others. But I'm drawn over this card first. The Four of Cups. So being very particular, I'm really drawn to this because with this I'm getting the sense of like the Justice card, because you want perfect balance and harmony in this relationship, in this connection that you want with the person. So you want it equal and balanced on both sides, and you want perfect alignment. So there's no like a back and forth. You want equal reciprocity. You want truth spoken between both of you. You want equal love given. You want spirituality shared emotionally. You want your emotions shared fairly. You want to be on the same page with what you want with families. You want your faith to be the same. You want to grow spiritually with the person. You want to be this. You want the same things physically as well. Because if it's not the same physically, that can long term hurt a connection as well. So I'm hearing you want the same things physically with the person too, because that's just as important as emotional attraction. A physical attraction is important, but it's that you have the same physical desires and the same physical drive. That should sum it up. And with the World card, I'm getting that. I'm also hearing the world is your oyster, Virgo. The world is your oyster. So again, I feel like you have a lot of options, or a lot of people are showing interest in you, or I'm also being shown. Sometimes I'll stare off when I'm like seeing a picture or seeing something, but I'm being shown like I feel like Virgo, like I'm talking to several like male energy, like I'm getting a sense like more you're like the male energy. Now take it as it resonates, because this can also be women, but I'm seeing more male energies right now. But with it being the world being your oyster, I'm seeing men being shown different women as their options. So that could be women in terms of like dating apps and you're scrolling through photos. It could be with a matchmaker and they're showing you pictures of like, here's option A, here's option B, here's option C. I actually see you, and I don't know if it's a mom, if it's an older sister, if it's an aunt, if it's I don't know if I said the word matchmaker, if it's if it's a matchmaker. I don't know who this woman is, but she's got some vested interest in your dating life, Virgo. And I see her, and you're dressed up like nicely, sharply, like cocktail attire kind of look, and it's like she's taking you around the room and showing you like these different women that are all they all got dressed up and they're there to look good for you. So I don't know if this is it's a party for you to meet women and they're throwing a party for that, or if you're at a party and there's lots of single women and somebody's like, oh, you should meet, Tomas. He's single, and it's like just an older sister who's introducing you, and you're just so handsome that all the women want your attention. But I'm seeing a woman and she's wearing red, but she's much older than you. So if this is an older sister, she's like a good 15 to 20 years older than you. she's pretty. She's very pretty, but she's much older than you. But she's like this woman's taking you around and showing you to these women, and all the girls are, you know, smiling, and you're just like being introduced. That's it. But it's definitely like so you can meet them to pick out like one or two women that you want to talk to kind of thing, or who do you want to circle back to and talk to kind of thing, Virgo. That's very specific to one or two Virgos. But I'm clearly seeing that. And this woman is in a really pretty red dress. And it's yeah, it's a really pretty red dress. It's I don't know the term. I don't know the term. There's a special thing it's called, but I can't remember the name of it. And it has like, it's not sequins, but it's got like, not glitter, but it's got like some, you know, sparkle to it too. But she's dressed beautifully. And you're at some big fancy event. Now, I don't know if the young women are there to meet you, because I feel like you're in your 20s. If the young women, or maybe you're 30. But I feel like all the women are there, or there's a group of women there to meet you in particularly, because I can see it very clearly. So that's what I mean by the world is your oyster. Like, and I feel like that's happening for a lot of you Virgo men. It's all in different ways, though, that they're having you meet these women. That's just one thing I was just being shown right now. And so with this Ace of Pentacles, I feel like these also represent like all these women that are being shown to you. But see how this one like rises above? It's like, ah, that's the one. That's the one that got my attention the most. Or that's the one who's like, they're all pretty, but it's like, that's the one who's interesting. Or that's the one who had the great sense of humor. Or that's the one who's so smart and, you know, different. Like that's the one who stood out, you know. So something like that is what I'm getting for some of you. Or maybe that's how you met them. But there's something interesting going on with you, Virgo, and something very interesting going on with you. Yeah, something very interesting. I feel like this is a newer kind of connection for a lot of you Virgos. This is not like an old, long-standing connection. Especially with the blockage being the Ace of Wands. That's an odd blockage. So your connecting energy has the Queen of Cups. So she's and I'm saying she because it's the Queen, but you know, you can flip, it can be male or female, it doesn't really matter. It's just because it says Queen on the card. It's a very loving energy. It's a very caring, giving energy. It's an energy that can overgive with their energy. So, you know, they're the kind of energy that if they're not good with their boundaries, sorry, I itch a lot when I'm channeling. If they're not good with their boundaries, they can give too much. So they're the kind that can be there like right away if you need them, which can be good and bad. You know, we have to have healthy boundaries in love, but they can love, this is the kind of love they can love unconditionally. I feel like this is just a very loving energy. I don't feel they're in their dark shadow with the unhealthy love. I just feel this is a very loving, unconditionally loving energy. And they want to create something with you, is what it feels like. They definitely want to create something with you because it feels new. And I feel like some of the women have tattoos. Not a lot. They might have like one on their wrist or one that's like hidden somewhere. Again, I feel henna tattoos. So this may be for women who are in India. But I feel like, or she might have like a really neat bracelet or a really cool like birthmark, or beauty mark. Not that mine's cool, but for the longest time, my mom would always get angry with me thinking I was always drawing an ink mark on my hand when I was a kid. She's like, "You've got to stop coloring in with permanent marker." I'm like, "I can't help it, Mom." So, but I feel like she'll have something like really kind of cool, like around her wrist or her hands, something that'll be like really pretty that will just be kind of different, make her hands a little bit more different and unique than other women. Again, that's going to be specific to like one or two Virgos. But this woman is also always going to have her nails done. She'll maintain her nails, so they'll always be very feminine. I feel like this is a very feminine woman, for some of you Virgos. Very sultry. I definitely get she has a very sultry vibe from the Knight of Swords. So she's also a very honest person and will always speak her truth. So if you communicate with her, she'll definitely communicate back. But I get the sense that she's, yeah, very sultry is the word I keep hearing. So yeah, you're particular about who you want to approach, but that's what makes her stand out, is something about her hands, and not just her intellect and the conversation you have with her, but something about her you find to be exotic, to you, and very sultry, is the word I keep getting. So you're very drawn to this energy, Virgo. You find her to be very attractive, is what I'm getting off of the Knight of Swords. So it's based on the conversation that you have with her that just draws you in, that you're like, I have to talk to this woman again. Like, I need to just hear her voice, or be in her presence, or look into her eyes again, or see her lips, or whatever it is that draws you to this woman. If it's her hair, whatever it is, something about her is going to make you just so drawn to her. And you're going to find her to be extremely exotic, because I feel like she's going to be different than what is the norm in your culture, or the norm of she's going to be out of the norm from what you usually date, or out of the norm from what's in your culture. So you'll find that very exotic and exciting, and she'll be very sultry to you, and she'll just have this mystery to her, and this very, yeah, very sexy, sultry, alluring kind of vibe. And then there's the Five of Swords within her energy. So she'll find you very attractive too, Virgo. She'll find you very attractive. Very attractive. What I get the vibe is, she's gonna pause for a moment on her movement toward you. So, you want this fair, balanced, just, equal kind of relationship or connection with someone. And that's your movement towards her, is this Four of Cups of like, I want something balanced, reciprocal. Like, you have this whole vision already in your head of what you want, instead of just like kind of letting things just unfold naturally. I feel like you've already got this plan, And all of a sudden you meet this woman and it's like, well, here's my plan and here's what I want. Instead of like, you kind of need to go out with them and just kind of let things unfold. And I feel like she might be a little bit older than you. Not a lot, but a little bit older, Virgo. So she's in the Five of Swords energy, which means that's actually Venus in Aquarius. So I think, yeah, she'll find you very attractive because Venus is beauty and love. So she's in this loving energy. You know, she's a very truthful person, being the Knight of Swords. And she's in the Swords. So she's definitely an intellectual person. She's definitely a thinker. She's definitely an attractive person. Well, she's beautiful. But she finds you to be very attractive. And I feel like there's some kind of, social economic discrepancy here, Virgo, for a lot of you. And I'm talking to the Virgos who are in Europe, India, and the Middle East in particularly, who are men. I feel like you are of a higher economic social class than this woman. And I know that's very particular. I know it's very particular what I just said, but that's exactly what I'm seeing and feeling. That's why I specifically said those continents and those regions in the world. Other Virgos, I have a different vibe, but that's why I said those specific areas. I feel like, because I can literally see I can literally see certain countries, and I see clothing from some of those countries. And I can see some of the men and women I can see some of the women from those countries. But I feel like, Virgo, the men from those countries, I feel like you're of a higher socioeconomic status from this woman that you're going to meet. So it's a little difficult situation for her to navigate, but she's allowed. I'm trying to phrase this correctly, but I don't know how to, so I'm just going to talk. So she can socialize with you because of her looks. She is extremely beautiful. So she's allowed to socialize within your higher economic social class because of her beauty, and she's allowed to socialize with your groups because of her intellect. She went to university and she's highly educated, so she's also very smart. So she might have come from a lower economic family, but because of her schooling and of her beauty, it allows her to be able to be of value and be able to, for lack of a better way of saying it, this is how I'm hearing it, be presented in some of these social gatherings, or be presented as a potential opportunity to date you. Because I feel like some of you are of much higher economic status, and you usually wouldn't meet each other. So for her, I get off this card, she's debating that, like, is this a good idea or not? That's why there's this Ace of Swords as the blockage, because over here I see her with the triangle contemplating you with the Five of Swords, with the Venus in Aquarius. So she's in her head thinking about this. Is this a good idea? But Venus is all about beauty and love. So you see her as, you know, beauty, like ultimate beauty. Like she's overwhelmingly beautiful, and highly intelligent. Again, and I said, you know, sultry, like very alluring with her looks too. She can just draw men in by her looks. And she's also this caring, loving, nurturing person too. She also has this very nice side to her, but she's extremely intelligent. So based on her schooling and stuff. So I'm thinking and I'm feeling she's over here after she meets you based on the family you come from and how you're dressed. And you've traveled the world. I see you've traveled to other countries. You've been to other places. You've had these other experiences. You're very sharply dressed. You're very handsome. You have all these opportunities. And women who are from the same kinds of families you're from, she's trying to decide, see how it's a circle, like a circle doesn't, you know, like a circle doesn't fit into a triangle. So she's trying to decide, is this a good idea? Is this even a path worth going down? Because we don't really come from the same worlds, and I don't want to end up getting hurt. Like, is this isn't our cultural norm. This isn't what we do here. So I see her thinking that, well, you're over here going, wow, this is, you know, I have this plan. You fit my plan. You actually balance out the plan I want. Like, you already had it all mapped out in your head, Virgo. Like, that's exactly what I wanted. You know, you're that kind, loving energy. You're really smart. You have the spirituality I want. You know, you have this beauty and this unique sensuality that I, you know, was looking for. You know, like I said, you are very particular, and this was the only woman that really caught your eye. But I feel like she's over here going, I don't know if this is, to herself. She's not sharing this with you. I feel like this is that's why I feel like this is a newer connection. This is a good idea. But in the end, she gets that aha moment with I feel like the divine, that spiritual enlightenment. Remember I said 343 was important. It's that mixture of self-expression, creativity, and spiritual enlightenment. It says, embrace creativity, express fearlessly, and trust your spiritual journey. So, she might be a Virgo too. But both of you are going to trust your intuition and your spiritual journey. And both of you are on some kind of journey. And you're both going to trust it because she's going to be enlightened and decide to trust. I know a circle doesn't fit into a square, but I'm going to trust it. Like, you know, a round hole doesn't fit into a peg kind of thing. But she's just going to go for it because there's something about you, Virgo, that she's just like, I can't say no to. And I feel like that's why your blockage is the Ace of Wands. I have to pause this for a second or I'll run out of time. Sorry, Virgo. I realized if I don't pause, then I run out of time on the camera and I can't keep going. So I wanted to pause it for a second. So I feel like that's why your blockage is the Ace of Wands. She had to get the clarity, or you had to get the clarity. It's that clarity of, can we move forward or not? Because you first have to be able to move forward to date, to even have an, you know, guidance and outcome kind of situation. But I feel like that's why the Ace of Wands is your blockage, which is usually like, yeah, there's attraction. Yes, I'm interested. Yes, I can see a potential opportunity here. So I feel like there's this like, you know, I don't know kind of moment. Not, I don't know about Virgo. It's, I don't know, it's out of our norms. Should I, shouldn't I don't want to get hurt kind of thing. But The potential outcome is so awesome. I think they're all going to say yes to Virgos. So here's what your guidance is, Virgo. I'm trying to see which way they want me to present it. So these two go together. I want to present with this first. Okay, so it's the Five of Cups. So you're starting with the Five of Cups because, and I don't see it as the Five of Cups. And I really see it as like the Three of Wands, but with the Ace of Wands first. With two hands holding it together, with you and her holding it together, Virgo. And flip the roles. I mean, this could be Virgo, you could be the female and I could be talking about a male. It doesn't matter. This is just me, just, flip them if you need to. I just feel like I'm talking more to a male energy and picking up on a female energy, but flip them if you need to. It's fine. So I feel like there is a lot of attraction here. I don't want, is the glare getting to it? I don't know. But this is a very large one here. So I feel like with that, it's very clear that, oh yes, I am very, very, very interested. And the Five of Cups, usually is 3 cups knocked over and 2 cups behind you. So it could also, so usually means like, you could be missing somebody. It could be regret. It could be loss, like the actual death of somebody. But that's not what I'm getting at all. I'm getting that these are 2 different hands cradling the growth of love that started out as initial attraction between 2 people. And I see 2 stars right here. One here and one here. So you were each other's wish. Like, you were each what the other one wanted and hoped for. And that's why we see 2 stars. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a star in each one. And so I feel like this is the female's hand down here because, like I said, I think she's going to have something unique on her hand. Or maybe wear a really unique bracelet all the time, or a unique ring, or always have her nails done, or always style them a unique way. And then I feel like this is your hand up here. And you guys are protecting what you're growing, which is your love for each other, which started out with a lot of attraction. And then it's like, oh, and we both really enjoy our conversations, which are intellectual, and we enjoy laughing together too. And we enjoy our spiritual conversations. So you're going to start to grow other things. So this is you growing your love that started out as just attraction with each other. This is your guidance. And this happens through you first obviously recognizing your attraction to her. But I feel like with your intuition, you're going to instantly know that this is your soulmate. Because this is the 2 of Cups, and this is Cancer's card. I don't remember which planet rules it though, but that's irrelevant. But again, I see the shooting star. Like, oh my gosh, this is who I've been looking for. That, like I told you, that aha moment. Like, this is the one. This is who I've been waiting to show up. Thank you. So I see this as, this is who I've always been waiting for. This is who I've wanted for so long. Now I'm talking to all Virgos. This is not just the Virgos in the other countries I called out or continents I called out. This is all Virgos. I feel like you're going to be so grateful. This is just the Virgo hands. You're going to be so grateful that you found your soulmate, or who you view as your soulmate currently. That you're going to be very nurturing and cognizant of that. That you want to move forward in the right way, which was your original plan. So I feel like you're finally going to apply this plan. Like, you know, realize, yeah, I don't do this on date one and map out my whole plan of what I want and how the relationship needs to proceed. I do this over time of like, oh yeah, I'm actually looking, you know, to travel with somebody. You know, I want to travel the world with somebody, or I am looking for a serious relationship that could potentially lead to marriage, and I eventually would like to have children, and I don't know how many kids I want, or I know I don't want more than 3, or I'd like to have at least 2. I don't want just 1, or I only want 1 child so we can travel all over the world together, or I want 4 kids and I'm happy staying in the same town that I was born and raised in, or I'm happy if we live all over the world. If, you know, I want to support, you know, my spouse's dreams, and if you have a career that makes you have to move for work, that's okay with me. And so whatever it is, I feel you're going to be sharing those kinds of conversations and laughing and having fun, and really having those kinds of conversations early on, because that's usually the kinds of intentions people start to share when they meet someone they're interested in, and they let them know, not, oh, I want to marry you and this is what I want, but they start to say, this is what I'm looking for. And if someone's not looking for that, they let them know, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. So that way you don't waste each other's time. But I feel like, Virgo, that's what you'll do. You'll let them know that's what you're looking for. Because you also have the 3 of Pentacles. And I feel like this isn't the 3 of Pentacles. This is another soulmate card. This like I feel like it's like another 2 of Cups, but it's not the 2 of Cups, but it feels like another 2 of Cups. Because I feel like it's yin and yang, light and dark. You're the yin and yang to each other, the sun and the moon. You complement each other. Like, it's perfect harmony, perfect balance, perfect union. You can't have one without the other. When there's night, there's day. When there's day, there's night. And you guys are just so happy together. So that, I feel like that's your guidance, is you start slowly with attraction and you grow more and more as you start to have these open, honest conversations. And I feel like that's what all these stars are up here. These are all the conversations and the whispers of all those secret dreams you have of what you really want in a connection and what you really want long-term in a relationship. And this is the confirmation with her, Virgo, of, yeah, that's what I want too. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, I want to be married. Yes, I want to travel the world with somebody. I want to have a I want to join the family business too, and I want to have 3 kids. And I've always wanted to live in the same city where we were born. I can't believe you want the same things. Whatever those dreams are, that's what your guidance is go slowly. Go slowly. And I feel the guidance is also saying, if you just go and you speak your truth, you're going to keep growing this love, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And these are all your dreams, and both of you are actually sharing the same dreams, and you don't know it. And if you keep talking, you'll keep hearing the same dreams being shared, and you'll realize you actually are the perfect match with each other. That's what I think your guidance is saying. It's what it feels like. I can hear people like whispering, so I feel like it's all the whispers from being young, and like all the dreams you have of like what you've always wanted. And I feel like it's hers too. So I feel like it's all the stars are aligning, and it's all the whispers. I feel like that's your guidance. Go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. And it should just flow, Virgo. It should be easy and smooth. There's nothing rough and difficult for you with this connection. Like I said, the world is your oyster. And I see you giving her pearls. Like, I see this also as a giant pearl. So I don't know if you'll give her a pearl necklace or really pretty pearl earrings or a pretty pearl ring or a pretty pearl bracelet. But I see, and like, I see a pearl here and I see a pearl here. And I see this is a pearl and this is a pearl and these is pearls. So I see you giving her pearls. I see this is a pearl bracelet down here on the bottom of this wrist. So I feel like you're going to give her pearls. I am hearing some of you are going to give literally like, you know, the gold, gold pearls. Some are going to give those pink pearls. Some are going to give black Tahitian pearls. Some are giving I'm hearing Mikimoto pearls. So I feel like that's happening too. And then so, oh, that's so funny. I didn't quite look at the guidance. I didn't look at what your potential outcome would be. But it's so funny that how I was talking about what your guidance is, because then when I really look at your cards for your potential outcome, it aligns so well with what I just said. Temperance, patience, slow and steady wins the race. I feel like this is an energy you need to go really slow with, Virgo. Well, Virgo, you are a slow moving energy. I mean, you're earth energy, but this is Sagittarius, major arcana right here. But I feel like, and again, I feel like I said a pink pearl. I feel like some of you are giving pink pearls. But I feel like with this person, for the ones I was talking to who I felt were in the Middle East, India, and certain parts of Europe. And when I said Europe, I felt like Turkey and Croatia and the Czech Republic and like, I feel like Eastern Europe. Even Poland. I don't know why Poland's standing out, but even Poland. But where socioeconomic status is a very big deal, I feel like well, Spain, Italy, I feel like those Virgos, it's definitely the slower you move with this person, the faster the relationship will actually progress. Because her, I know you're attracted to her and she's smart in her education and that's what gets her there with you. But it's that fear that she still has in the back of her mind is what's gonna hold her back a little bit at first. So I'm talking to those in Europe and in the Middle East and in India where there's that economic divide. That I really think the slower you move, the faster the relationship will actually progress, because she'll then feel really safe and comfortable and confident with you and secure within the relationship that it is okay. And your family does accept her. Whoops, sorry, Virgo, I didn't mean to kick the camera. Your family will accept her completely, and everyone accepts everybody, and you can move forward and she'll feel very secure. And that's what you want. I know that's what your intentions are. So that's why I'm saying just go slow and steady, because that's what's going to make it work. The slower you go, the faster you end up being able to move forward in the relationship. And I think that's why your potential outcome ends up with temperance, because you'll have what you also want, which is that harmony and balance in the relationship, that equal. I feel like this is also saying you'll have that equal reciprocity, because temperance is typically depicted with, the angel with the water, like with alchemy, which is like that magic of, how you can't pour water like from one side here and it like kind of shape shifts into another cup. You can't do that. But because it's the divine. So technically temperance is by the divine. It's an angel. Or whatever you resonate with, but technically it's the divine that's guiding you. And so I feel like the divine is guiding you with your outcome, with this connection, Virgo. And that's why it's saying be patient in the beginning and you'll be really successful. And you'll also have what you want. You'll have your harmony and balance within the relationship as well. You have the King of Swords. So here I feel like it's saying with your potential outcome, you both are actually intuitive, because I see this Ouija board and I see two hands on it. And I feel like both of you are able to touch it and be intuitive. And it also has the Virgo symbol on here. She might be an Aries, has the Aries symbol. But I feel like you both will naturally be intuitive. And you both will have created, by going slow initially, you would have created, like I think I just said this, created that ability for her to feel safe with you, where she can, I feel, speak her truth by you, you guys talking up here back in the guidance area about where you start with what you want in a relationship and what you're looking for. You're creating this foundation for her and this ability for her to speak her truth and what she wants. And you are giving her that opportunity, and that allows for trust to be built between the two of you. And you're growing together to be able to speak truth amongst each other in a really loving, kind, caring, compassionate way, but in a really honest way. And that's what you want, Virgo. And so you're getting what you want in this relationship that you had laid out in your energy initially. And that's actually what she's going to be able to provide for you. So that's why I said I felt like this is a really new connection. Maybe you haven't even met yet. Maybe this energy is just about to present itself to you, Virgo. And then you end with the Ace of Cups, which is love. It's overwhelming love. It's usually depicted by like the hand of God, the hand of Allah, the hand of the divine source, whatever you resonate with, giving the cup of love, and it's overflowing love. So it means it's so much love of self that you have enough love to give to another. So to have this as your guidance, it means that you have enough love of yourself, Virgo, and your connection has so much love for themselves that you have enough love to give to each other in a healthy way, that you both can love each other unconditionally and speak your truth and have this beautiful harmonious, balanced relationship that is divinely protected with temperance here. That's your potential outcome. Would you like a timing card to see when? I feel like this is really new. I feel like half of you Virgos, at least, might not have even met this person yet. But I feel like they're right here. Like right here, right here. Like almost like we could like touch them. So let's get a timing card. Whoa. Okay, this is sticking out. King of Wands. We'll pull two. And the Two of Pentacles. So, I feel like, what is this? I'm hearing this is spring. So then what is this one? This is rain. Is this rain where? Wait, which way? Wait. Is this the southern hemisphere or northern hemisphere? Northern hemisphere. Okay, so if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's springtime, which I'm hearing starts in March of 2024. Now, remember, take time with a grain of salt, right? Because some of you Virgos may have just met them. And if we're in the southern hemisphere, it's rainy season. That's all I'm getting is it's rainy season. Some of you might be in a tropical area where it rains like more, like during one time more than the other, because I don't know when rainy season is. I'm just getting it's rainy season. For the southern hemisphere, it's when it's rainy season. Because I'm thinking like, if you're in the Amazon, it rains a lot, but there's got to be a time when it's more rainy than not for certain parts of Brazil. I want to pull one more for timing. So I'm getting rainy season. Definitely rainy season for the southern hemisphere. Okay, I saw this twice. That's why I wanted to pull it for confirmation. So I kept getting the crescent moon. I saw the crescent moon twice. So it's the next crescent. Is it the next crescent moon or the first crescent moon in the new year? New year. So let's see when the crescent moon is in the new year. So it's going to be the first crescent moon in January 2024. You see how there's a crescent moon? Actually, I'm seeing two different crescent moons. No, they're the same. The same exact crescent moon. So it's a certain type of crescent moon. So I have to look, I'm looking for that type of crescent moon. So that looks like it could be January 6th or 7th, which is a Saturday or Sunday. And you know what? This actually looks like a half moon. So if I'm doing a half moon, I'm getting, this is in December though. Okay. So if I do, sometimes it's easier to do moon cycles too. Moon or, so December 2023 moon phases. Let's see. It's a half moon. So this looks like this would be December 19th or 20th. December 19th or 20th. We'll say springtime rainy season in, I would say this would be rainy spring. Yeah, I would say this is spring rainy season in the northern hemisphere, and we'll just say whenever rainy season is in the southern hemisphere, or the crescent moons in January, which I had just called out the dates. I think I said they were like the 6th and 7th. So I hope that helps, Virgo. I wish you luck, and have a beautiful evening, morning, day, or night, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for liking, subscribing, for buying me coffees, for emailing me for private readings, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in December. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.